We are live. Drip. What's up, man? How you doing, homie? Welcome in. This is the pre-show. Welcome to the pre-show. We're talking about crazy stuff tonight, Drip. And as you wake up over there, RC blows. We got some interesting Zelda rumors we can talk about tonight. We got a little disappointing news from Nintendo. What are they doing with Garry's mod, the whole situation? If you don't know, we'll explain it a little bit later. And we'll finish up with some fun...
I don't know. You're going to have to explain it to me.
And we'll finish up with some fun ideas on what some potential Switch 2 games could possibly look like from our brains. Not rumors, not leaks, nothing like that. From ideas that we came up with / this awesome YouTuber which Drip found recently, Endo, as in Nintendo, but without the Nintendo.
I found him last night. He made a video on all this. I just loved all his ideas. I honestly just wanted to share his ideas.
Yeah.
It's really
so we got a couple of his ideas, and we also have I got a couple of my own. Drip, I think, has maybe some input as well on that. And yeah, it'll be a nice little way to wrap it up. But yeah, as we filter in, of course, as the pre-show, we'll filter in, get to the show in about 15 minutes or so. Give a take. I got notification that we are live, and we do that on Discord as well.
Oh, yeah, I gotta do all that too. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Now.
Sounds.
Shit.
That's good.
What am I doing? Creative.
Yep. Discord. Anybody in the chat hanging out? Fappy, I saw you excited for this. Awesome. Good to have you, Fappy. Awesome Hero. Thanks for lurking, man. Appreciate it. Of course, if you miss anything during your lurk, you can watch this podcast when I edit it and upload it to all the podcast platforms. Priscilla, welcome in. Member, good to see it. Hero, member, good. Love to see those member badges. Drip, we have not talked about it yet. But do you think we could do a members podcast this week, or maybe next week? I'm hoping this week. Yeah, I'm hoping this week.
No, it's not happening.
Okay.
There's absolutely no way.
All right, hopefully next week, guys. Of course, this will be the May one, so we're still on time with it as long as we get it in this month.
Next week should be fine. This
Wall
week,
ball, good to see you.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, you're busy boy this week. Don't forget, guys, of course, today's episode is sponsored by Fixture. If you guys want to save $10 off a Fixture product at fixturegaming.com, you can use the code DRIPMEDIA. You can see right in your screen right now. We'll keep that up there for a little while. It's in the pinned comment as well. So, yeah, thanks Fixture once again.
Yeah.
Sponsoring today. Appreciate you. In and out doing chicken coop things. It's all good, Priscilla. Again, like I said, if you miss anything, you can listen to the episode on the podcast feeds. What's that?
Chicken coop things. I don't have the chat up yet. I can't see anything. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to post everything on.
Jeff, Droidvania, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to have you. Welcome in. Welcome back for the first time you're new here.
Welcome.
Leave a like and subscribe. That's Drip's intro. Good to see everybody. Good to see you guys. Again, like I was saying before, you guys are just, as we're filtering in, we're going to be talking about some nice Zelda rumors and leaks tonight. I think they're more rumors. I wouldn't call them leaks. I call them speculative rumors. That's what I would call them.
I call them facts.
But they're really fun. And one of them has legit credibility to it. At least, like, you can kind of add 1 to 1 and get 2 from it. So we're going to talk about that. But we also have some fun speculation surrounding it, as we always kind of do. So if you guys like that fun speculation, leave a like on the stream. Thank you very much. Heidi ho, Kenny. How you doing? Oh, by the way, Drip, I'm finally not taking Mucinex on a consistent basis or Sudafed. So that means I can drink again. So I'm drinking the very last Cayman Jack that we have in the fridge. I'm very happy about that. Wish I had more than one. They're so awesome. Delicious. So, and speaking of which, we need a beer of the week button. That'd be fun. But speaking of which, the beer of the week is the Cayman Jack for me. There it is, right there.
I still got the corn cans. Corn cans.
Bush Light. Very good. Hey, can you make sure to have Bush Peach when I come to see you in July? Keep like a 12-pack or even just a 6-pack, just in case.
It's out, dude. It's out.
It's not for us. So like that's what I'm saying.
So okay. I found it, and did that happen like between? It must have been over the weekend. I guess that's some news we could talk about now, since we're talking about beer of the week.
Yeah.
Bush Peach is back. I found it down in Fairmont, and then I also found it. I went over to the Gucci Kroger. They got stacks of it over there. It's back.
Awesome. Hey, Kenny, Bush Peach does not suck, but if you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry for you.
I am sorry for you.
I do agree with your assessment that Apple is better, though.
Apple is
Give me
better.
that. Give me that Apple as well. Hero picked up some Star Wars cans from Rocket League to use for rocket racing. Cars. I thought I said cans. Star Wars cars. Very cool, Hero. Very cool. Excuse me. I don't really play that game mode in Fortnite. I just play the main Fortnite zero builds with you guys.
I'd like to go back and start playing a little bit more. I like it. Okay, what am I doing?
Notifications.
I already did that. Now I'm trying to get the chat up.
Okay. You get the chat up. Whatchamacallit, and whatchamacallit,
The whatchamacallit.
You can press the buttons and everything. And in the I left in the pod room. You can open that one up. So you can put up on the screen like this. Bush Peach sucks, like Kenny said, which is wrong. But
why would we want to do
wait,
that?
a new member. We got a new member this stream. Who's a member now? Who done it? Who did it? Who done it?
I don't see that.
It says one new member for me. With no notification. Maybe it's a re-up. It could have been just a re-up.
Yeah, I don't see it.
If it's just a re-up, no need to out yourself unless you want to. But if it's a new member, feel free to out yourself. For some reason, we didn't get a notification for it. So haven't had any of the Bush flavors. Full Metal. If we can find some when I come to the beach and see you guys, I will get you some so you can try. Listen. Don't have not low expectations, but just don't have high expectations. It's not like the best thing in the world. But I would say
it's the best thing in the world.
It's like first of all, it's like 50 cents a can, like, which is like crazy. Like if you look at beer prices, like that's cheap as hell, and it does not taste like a 50-cent beer. Like Bush sucks. I'll be the first one to tell you, Bush sucks. Drip loves it. I think it's terrible beer, but for some reason when they do their flavored stuff, it's just phenomenal. Like it's like elevate to 4 times better than like their crap cheap stuff. Yeah, it'll be a bunch of empty cans because the trash people are finally revolting against Drip and not taking his trash out.
They're not gonna. That's not gonna happen.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it tastes like a 25-cent beer, but it's a really good cheap beer. What, Bush? It is very good and very affordable. It's lovely.
Does Drip sound slightly quiet to you guys? I feel like you sound slightly quiet. Do you not have like a preset on you should or something?
How about now?
Speak.
I'm speaking. How's that?
I think it sounds the same. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I think this is your fault. It's something you've done.
You don't sound extra quiet. You just sound... I thought he was muted. I hope you're joking, Power Man. Because it doesn't sound that quiet to me. Say something, Drip.
Check. 1, 2, 3.
No, you're
4,
absolutely
5.
coming. You're absolutely coming through, and you're not quiet. You just sound slightly quiet, but that could just be my headphones or something. It's been, it could be like all the fucking medicine I've been on the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's making my head messed up.
It could be that. It could be that. Okay, I need the other thing. The one other thing, and then I have all the things.
Okay. Give a sinus infection. Boo. Boo the sinus infection. Feel better.
Copy link.
Copy
there.
The link. Oh, Apple 5-star reviews. I forgot. Almost forgot.
Paste.
Let's see.
Oh my god, I'm tired.
You're not tired. You're good. You're fine.
I'm not tired. Let's fucking rock, man. I'm ready. I'm tired. I'm tired.
All right.
I told you already, but I'll tell everybody else. Finally, I got the what are these? The HD 60.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what they are. The MOBA pads.
MOBA pad.
The MOBA pads with the HD Rumble.
Yes.
I have the other ones. I've had those, but I've wanted these for so long just because they're white. Like,
yeah.
Those were my favorite, but now these are the big Joy-Cons.
Those are the ones.
For now, I have those 2 other pair too. I'm opening tomorrow morning for the video.
I feel like the Corvaris, I feel like they're still not better than the MOBA pad, but that's without trying either one. Just kind of my speculativeness on the.
The MOBA pad ones they're so good.
Are you giving one of those Corvaris away, or those are?
Oh yeah, Jeeve, I'm giving one of those away. I gotta pick a winner.
I forget.
See who's winning this. because I'm keeping the clear one. Sorry.
That's what you're giving. Are you giving away the cord? I was asking. I'm not.
Yes, I'm gonna give one of those away too.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice,
keep
nice.
probably. I don't know which pair. I'm gonna keep one pair. I'll give the other pair away. But this I'm gonna give away to somebody. There's a ton of comments, so I'm gonna go pick one at some point.
Very
I got
nice.
the box
very
right
nice.
here. Yeah. And then I'll ship it, sometime in the next 3 to 7 years.
Yep.
But I will do it eventually.
Eventually. There's a better chance that somebody comes to your door and picks it up and you ship it out in the next 6 months.
From actual Mexico.
Who's keen for the next Switch? Not me, Fappy. I think the current Switch is perfect and there should be no upgrades.
Yeah, I don't think we need another Switch. I think this one's just perfectly fine.
No.
Everybody yeah, come on, people. Let's not get greedy.
I think
Do we
the next.
need another
I think
Switch,
whatever
really?
they call the next Switch should be the Nintendo iCup.
The what?
The Nintendo Switch iCup.
Why?
Why not?
I don't get it.
You don't? All right, I'm gonna write this in the chat. I'm not laughing.
Oh, I get it now.
Nintendo Switch
Come on,
iCup.
man.
Can you read that?
No, I can't. I won't. I will not.
You sure?
I get it now. Yeah, I get it. Sorry. I spell fucking awesome. So, you know this. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until you said, I'm going to type this.
Yeah.
Spell this. And I was like, okay, what is it? Oh, yeah, okay. How old are you? 6? Are you old enough to be drinking that alcoholic beverage you have in your hand there, son?
I think so. I think they let me do it.
I'm going to need to see an ID. With a joke like that, I'm definitely going to need to see an ID.
What made me think of that joke was Fappy. What was his joke that we didn't get, that we made a short out of? What was that?
Oh God, I have no idea. I watched the Mario video last night of you two playing Mario.
Oh, yep. And then
my
Bill Cosby
God.
made his appearance.
Yes, Bill Cosby. You see, Theo.
Oh,
Dixon Cider. That's
Dixon
it.
Cider. I was actually gonna pull up the video. I'm trying to pull it up here.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he got us good with that one.
Yeah, you did.
Like, yeah, because you were talking about. It was during Beer of the Week. You were talking about Red's Apple Ale. It's like a cider. You're like, oh, it's like a cider.
Yeah.
You
Here, I'm
guys
gonna-
ever had Dixon Cider?
I'm gonna play this for the stream here, in case you guys missed this when it happened live. Let's make this louder.
Oh.
Just wanna
Dixon
check,
Cider.
yeah.
I don't. Is that an Australian thing? Because I don't know if we have that.
Dixon. I have never had Dixon either. Oh God. It sounds like it'd be good.
Might be a down under thing.
See, it's so much better
I just
than.
got it. I just got it. Oh, he
boy.
played us. He played us.
I don't even get it.
Dixon, you
I don't
say.
get it.
Say it again.
Dixon cider. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
3-2.
oh boy.
Nailed it.
Oh boy.
We're really quick,
That's-
dude. We can get we gather things very quickly.
Oh yeah. Me especially. Yeah, I was lightning fast for me.
Classic, yeah. Yeah, it's classic. Real classic.
I'm gonna give myself a pat in the back for that edit too. I feel like that was a good
good edit.
A good edit off that, because that's not what happened in real life. It took us way longer to get.
Oh yeah,
that.
we weren't even like there at all. We weren't even like, oh yeah, really?
We were talking about
is that
Dixon
like an
cider
Australian thing? I'm
for like
not sure.
4 or 5 minutes before like
Dixon,
you got
huh?
it.
Dixon.
And then after you got it, it took me another minute or two before I got it. It was like 8-10 minutes of us talking about dicks inside of her.
Oh, that's the kind of quality content. You know
you know
that's
what?
the kind of quality content you get when you get here, but you end up staying because of it,
Yeah.
you know?
The next person who leaves a review and has Dixon cider in the review, you just win. You win the whole thing. You don't win the giveaway, but you just win. Like you personally, you win.
Maybe you don't win the giveaway.
Yeah, right. Wink, wink. We'll just give it to you.
Go leave a review.
Oh yeah,
Do
we
it
should
quick.
we should shout out Fappy as well. I mean, I did it on the Discord and everything. Let me go find Fappy's channel. I'll get him a full experience here, like a whole Fappy ad.
Oh, cool.
Excuse me.
Is he paying us for this? Wonderful.
No,
Love that.
friends are gotta pay. That's not how That's not what friends do.
I don't know. He could pay us if he
He
wanted
could.
to.
Guys, go to youtube.com/FapderRace and watch the videos that Drip and I appear in, at least our voices. It's pretty
we're
good.
in like we're in a good bit of these.
I mean, we're basically his channel the past couple months. Any video that says does it, but it sucks, that's Drip and I. So what happens is Fappy and I play games and Drip just watches, probably from his couch
Talk
on his
shit.
earbuds.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. It's hilarious content, especially if you love us two. You're gonna love Fappy as well. You're gonna love to Fap.
Oh yeah,
Fappy.
that's right. That's why I was wondering why my audio sounded so weird in the last video.
Yeah,
That's
you're on
why,
your
because I was on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
literally with just like earbuds in. That's why. Makes sense now. I was like, man, my mic sounds like shit. I was like, is that what Fappy hears whenever I talk to him through this mic? Cause damn. But that's why. It makes sense now.
Don't need to rank.
Don't need to rank the years of the Switch.
I think we did that. I think we did that already.
Go through all the best games. Well, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier too. Just
Yeah,
kind of. We were talking about having an episode kind of like that, but that's a good idea. Ranking. That's a fucking video idea.
Let's. I'm gonna put that right. Adam. I just called you Apple.
Apple Bama.
I'm gonna put that idea in our pod ideas room.
I'm gonna put that in my pocket and make a video about it tomorrow. Tier list. Nintendo Switch years.
That wouldn't be that hard to do, honestly. We would just need to get game lists from each year and just look
to see
at
what the. I mean, do you count all the games or do you just count first party?
I think we'll go first party. I think that's the best way to
We'll do first party. I'll do all games on my channel.
You could do that.
Just to make it interesting.
When Wind Waker and Twilight Princess Double Pack came out, that was like the best, man. That was the best year of the Switch.
I hate you.
That shit came out, everybody sailing the seas while on a boat, like all meta and shit. That was great. All the memes that came out, the TikToks, it was great.
I hate you.
Oh no!
Okay. Thank you, Fabi.
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up.
We didn't get dinged for that last week, so I guess that's short enough.
It is short enough. I played the whole thing last week, right?
Yeah.
Come and get it.
Come and get it.
That's what I say to YouTube.
Dixon, you say?
Hold on. Tier ranking first party only compared to all games would be an interesting comparison.
So like I think what they mean is like all of the games that came from Nintendo and stack that up versus all the games that didn't come from Nintendo. And like what
against all the third
who had a better
stuff.
year? Third party had a better year or
Basically
Nintendo had a better year?
Yeah, like Marvel versus Capcom or X-Men versus the Avengers.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus
I don't
Superman.
know why I'm just talking about comic book characters and rivalries, but that's all I got.
Drip, that's okay. If that's all you have for us.
Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield.
Vince
Where
Carter.
we at for that one?
Vince Carter versus Allen Iverson.
Were you alive for that fight?
If I was, I didn't care. So,
That's when Mike Tyson bit his ear off.
do you want to say what year? Do you know what year that
bit a
was?
piece-
I'll tell you if I was alive.
God, I don't know what year it was. I was quite young when it happened, but I mean, we watched it. We got the pay-per-view. I remember we were at my uncle and aunt's house, my dad's side. There's a bunch of people there, but yeah, he bit part of his ear clean off. Mike Tyson did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I knew that. I did know. I'm not like that young. I do know that happened. I just don't know when.
1997, maybe. That sounds about right.
I was alive.
Hey Alexa, what
was a
year
few
did Mike
years old.
Tyson bite Evander Holyfield's ear off?
I was still eating. I was still eating SpaghettiOs, but I was alive.
June 28th, 1997.
There you go. Nailed it. Speaking of nailing it, you want to get this episode underway, Mr. Drip? And by the way, guys, we've reached 11 likes. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you guys. If we can get to 15 likes, that'd be even better. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, like it up. Like it up. And let's get this rolling, Drip.
I'm ready. Hang on, music. Hold, please.
I need elevator music whenever I wait for Drip to do something. Just to press the elevator music button. That'd be good. I mean, I could just play the... You can't hear it, but I could play the, the old Wii Shop music as we wait for Drip to do something.
I did it. It's done.
You did. Okay, guys, let's get the episode rolling. This podcast was brought to you by Uncle Jeep Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the DRIPMEDIA podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jeep, and with me is host DRIPMEDIA Gaming. We record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also become a member of this podcast by clicking the join button down below. Drip, it's a Zelda week this week, man. We got some leaks and rumors, but I would more categorize them as rumors.
Facts, right? Complete facts?
No.
Oh.
No, rumors.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's kind of cool. We'll talk about it's all Zelda related. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, Drip, I would like to get straight away to our 5-star comment of the week this week. And that comment comes from that one girl. Thank you, that one girl, for leaving a 5-star review. Best Nintendo gaming podcast. We love it. Thank you so much, that one girl. And you are entered into our giveaway for a $50 eShop gift card. If you guys would like to be entered to win a $50 eShop gift card, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, and write whatever you want. It could be bad, it could be good, it could be mid, it could be whatever you want.
Either way, we're reading it on the air.
We're reading on the air. We'll get to them all. At this point, I might have missed a few. I apologize for that, but we'll get to them on the after show pre-shows. Either way, they'll be read, and people will hear them. And this week's is that one girl. So thank you, that one girl, for leaving us a 5-star review. Drip, how are you doing this week? Although I kind of know the answer to it.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Okay. I've been really, really, really busy. I feel like I just keep making all these videos, shooting all these photos. It's like 100 things I do, and I'm still like 100 things behind. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, that's a good thing, man. More work is good.
People are mad. They're like, "Where's my photos? Where's my photos?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't have them done. I'm trying. Tomorrow, and it's gonna rain tomorrow, and I got stuff I need to do outside. But you know what? I don't care.
You gotta
bring in the rain.
Gotta bring like one of those big beach umbrellas with you, so you can just shoot underneath of that.
I'm just shooting in the rain. I'm just gonna go in between showers and just shoot. It's fine. It's just happening. I can't not. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. How's your week been? Your half of week and your last half of the week before.
That's right. It's been good. I'm getting better. I'm almost there. I'm probably at like 85%. There's still a little cough happening, still some mucus happening. This has been the longest sickness I've ever had. Partially probably due to the fact that I didn't go to the doctor because I kind of can't. I can, but then I don't got insurance, so paying that fee is gonna be crazy because good old America. But I don't think I was ever sick enough that I need to go to the doctor. I just had, Mucinex and everything was doing the job. It's just taking a really long time to get out of my system. It's driving me insane.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's quite annoying.
I'll be trying to mute those coughs as they happen tonight, guys. But if I miss them, I apologize. Drip. Speaking of things that have been going on for a long time and people missing them and suddenly seeing that they're a problem. Apparently they're a problem. Garry's Mod is a video game, Drip. Have you heard of it?
You know what? You asked me this yesterday and I said no, which was a lie. After you told me what it was, I was like, oh yeah, I've heard people talking about that. But I don't know anything like other than like the basics of what it is. Yeah, I've never been involved with it, done anything with it.
Yeah.
Have you?
I have. I actually, believe this or not, Drip, I've actually been watching Garry's Mod related YouTube content since like I was in high school. I've actually not watched any since, but like in high school, I was watching YouTubers at the time making Garry's Mod, funny gaming videos because some of the game modes are pretty funny. And let me just, if you're not familiar with Garry's Mod, let me fill you in. I know at least one person in this chat knows what I'm talking about with Garry's Mod. If you do know what Garry's Mod is, make sure to type it down below. But Garry's Mod is a video, the way I would describe it, it's a video game that you can make video games with. So it's kind of like a base.
Like Dreams for the PlayStation.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure you're right.
It's a video game that you make video games with.
It's a video game that is like a base game that you can add stuff to it, community driven, to make games within the game. It's kind of a bare bones video game that you can kind of, if you know how to, upload your own, files to it and whatnot, know how to mod stuff, then hence the Garry's Mod. For example,
who's Garry? Who is this fella?
I think Garry's actually the guy who made this game. I believe
Garry.
So, because he's actually somewhere involved in this saga because he tweeted out like this was a real takedown from Nintendo, which spoilers, that's what's going on here. But basically, in short, it's not important. It's not crazy important what Garry's Mod is, but what's important is that again, like I said, you can make games within it, and naturally people use assets from around the internet that they can get their hands on, or they make their own assets to resemble things. And in this case, it'd be Nintendo. So that's the whole issue here. But Garry's Mod has been around. Like I said, when I was in high school, this is my 11th year high school reunion this year, or not reunion, anniversary. So I've been out of high school for quite a while, friends. This game has been what came out in 2006, okay? And pretty much since day one of the game came out, that people were making assets, either stealing assets from Nintendo or making their own version of the assets that look like Nintendo characters like Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Zelda, you name it, since 2006. And it's never been a problem. It's a silly little thing. It's just a fun gag of a game, and you can do stuff like that. And Nintendo, just the other day, thank you, Arlo, for bringing this to my attention. Just the other day, Nintendo sent them a notice. Sent Steam, Valve, who has the game on PC, on Steam platforms, and Nintendo told them, you have to take all of the Nintendo asset related stuff down. My phone is blowing
So wait,
up.
they told Steam that they had to tell the people at Garry's Mod that they had to do that, right? That's how that goes?
Well, yeah, so Steam is hosting the game, right? It's on Steam, right? So when Nintendo, when there's a game on Steam platforms that is infringing Nintendo's copyrights, they don't talk to the developers. They talk to Steam because they're the ones in charge. And Steam could go, up yourself, Nintendo. They could say that, and then Nintendo would take further action however they need to. But Steam historically plays ball with Nintendo, from what I know. So Steam got the notification from Nintendo, and then Steam pushed that along over to the Garry's Mod team and the developers over there. And I think it's just actually one guy, honestly. It's just Garry himself, I believe. But
it's so weird that's happening.
So
right
then obviously that gets passed down to the Garry's Mod guy who's okay. And then the Garry's Mod guy, let everybody know on Twitter let everybody know on Twitter this is legit, because some people actually are speculating this wasn't even a real takedown. They thought it was a gag or a joke, because this is ridiculous.
It's been so long.
It's ridiculous that this is happening right now.
Well, I don't know. The same exact thing's happening, not in gaming, but in like movies and TV. There's like 3 or 4 people who are clearly, they know information about some of these new Marvel projects, and they're leaking them, like straight up leaking stuff on Instagram. Yeah. And Marvel is hiring lawyers to tell Instagram, like, you have to disclose who this person is on your platform, because they're in trouble, and we're like, Instagram could say no, or they could take it to court and just say no, we're not going to do it. They're being subpoenaed, I guess. There's different kinds of subpoenas, but this is what's happening there too. So I guess it's basically like the same thing. They're like, yeah, you can say no, but then we can just take you to court,
right?
And we're gonna probably get our way anyway. So the question is, why now? Like, why after all this time is this happening? I mean, how long have these Mario assets been in this game?
I don't know. And it just so you know, it's not like it's like one person. Like it's not like Garry himself was uploading this stuff. It's the community, right? It's the regular folk who add to the game to make it better. It's not, and again, it's not just one. It's like probably hundreds or thousands of people, more likely thousands of people who've uploaded these assets, and all of them have to go. And Valve's job now is like, because they're playing ball, they're like, all right, please make our job easy, people out there.
And take your stuff down.
And take your stuff down for us so we don't have to take it down, because don't act like that we can't just do it anyway, and we will do it because Nintendo is in charge here. And so they're pretty much just pleading that the community takes down the Nintendo stuff themselves.
Well, if not, it's just going to be it's just going to be a lot of work on their hands. That they
exactly. So they're basically asking people
that.
to do it themselves to make Valve's life easier just because they're just trying to be nice here. They're not trying to step on Nintendo's shoes, because obviously that doesn't behoove them to do that.
Yeah, it's their IP. I mean, it's dumb. It's stupid to do this now. I know that's the way you feel about this, but bottom line, I mean, it is their stuff. It's hard to argue with them like, oh, no, you're being a jerk. Well, you know what? They're like, we don't care.
Arlo had an amazing analogy that I'll do my best to recreate and share. It's kind of like this old guy who lives on his own, has his own property, has a big backyard. And for the last 20 years, there's been kids playing on his backyard. And it's his property. He can do and say whatever he wants, but he's chosen to just let it ride. Of course, he's been aware of it. It's in his backyard. He can see kids playing on it every single day for 20 years. And one day, he walks outside, takes his cane all pissed off, shakes in the air, and goes, "Get the fuck off my lawn or I'm calling the cops." And all little Jimmy's and Timmy's friends are just scramming out of there faster than they can say hot potato. But then there's a couple stragglers who are like, "No, you can't make us." But obviously, that old man can call the cops and be like, "Yo, you got to go."
I mean, maybe
either go
the
easy way or go the hard way.
Just had a rough day, and they were like, you know what? I'm sick of this Garry asshole, and I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him right now what I think of him and his stupid little game.
Yeah,
that's probably what happened. And then the next day, they're probably like, "Hey, Garry, like, I was just upset. You know, I was having a bad day. I didn't mean to come at you like that, but you know, we've already started this, so we're gonna need you to take this shit down."
Yeah, so
I'm sure
I do think it's stupid, but I do understand the perspective of Nintendo. It is their right to say, "Get off my lawn," and it sucks though, because 20 years people have been playing on that lawn, no problem.
Well, but a lot of things have changed, and that's what I was thinking about. Today when we talked about this, or yesterday when you told me about it. Lots of things have changed at Nintendo.
Yes.
One of which being their IP. They're starting to put that in a lot of other stuff besides video games, and they want full control over this stuff.
Yeah.
We got the Mario movie, we got Zelda movies coming out, we got theme parks and stuff happening now. They want way more control over this IP. That's why they keep doing this. It's got to be. It's got to be something now where it's changed, where it's not just, Mario's in our video games and he's in a video. No, now Mario is a movie star.
Right.
Now Mario has his own theme park. Now Mario is worth a lot more than he used to be. So, you thought they protected it then. I mean, just imagine what they're going to do now. Imagine what the Mario franchise is going to be worth once the second Mario movie comes out. And once this park in Orlando's actually opened, and they've got 3 places around the world that have Mario theme parks. California, Orlando, and where's the other one? Japan?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, that's got to be their reasoning behind this. It's got to be. That's the only thing that's changed. But we've seen them completely decimate people over this over the past 4 or 5 years. They've been going hard, and I'm sure that's got to be why.
Yeah, and I think you're right on that. As far as that is why. It's because recently Nintendo's been going on a tear. That is just but why didn't they tear this up years ago? I don't know. Probably because it doesn't matter. And that's the thing. It's not like Nintendo's the only assets that are in that game. I mean, dude, countless IPs people rip off for that Garry's Mod game because it's PNG you can get anybody who can modify PNG to make it into a 3D space, which is probably a lot of people out there. You can take any PNG
you want. Are there
Disney
characters and stuff in there?
I don't know, Drip, but you name something, it's in the game. Like, it's that kind of thing. First of all, it's been around for so long. People have had time to put whatever they want in there. But number 2, just like I just said, do Google search image. What can you find? That's what's in the game. Whatever you can find on Google image search, my guess is in that game. It's just as simple as that. And plus, not only that, people can make their own custom stuff, so they can make it look like. And don't think about, you were talking about movies, Mario in the movie, which is a valid point and correct. It's not like there isn't like James Bond mods out there, I'm sure, or name any IP. It's
I'm sure, yeah.
It's in there.
But we know Nintendo's overly protective of their property anyway. They're just going to be more overly. I mean, that's got to be what's going on here. But I wanted to bring something else up too.
Sure.
I wanted to have this conversation first before we jumped back around to it. But you don't know what Dreams is?
No,
dude. Holy crap! It's nuts. It's basically the same idea as what this. I'm guessing is what this is. I actually stumbled across a YouTube video last night where a guy made a full open world Jurassic Park game in Dreams, and it looks incredible. And it is like spot on. Like Universal contacted him and said, like, you have to change your game because it could be mistaken for an actual Jurassic Park game. So they made him change. You can keep everything. You got to take the Jurassic Park names out, the logo.
Right,
you got to do your. So he unveiled his new logo and stuff. So what is it? Cretaceous something. I don't remember. But the logo's good. He showed like his ideas of making the logo and stuff. But the game's crazy. I'm wondering if Garry's mod is like that.
Probably.
Is it that deep?
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, so actually, quickly before we move on, Full Metal did actually have a good thing to say here, kind of explaining better than what I could what Garry's mod is. Garry's mod uses the Half-Life 2 engine. So Half-Life 2, the video game, uses the physics from that game. So the general, that's what the game is. Garry's mod is basically Half-Life 2. And then people add to that, essentially. My best way to recreate what you said. I'm sure I was inaccurate in some way, but not the exact point here. If you want to know more Garry's mod, check it out. It's super fun. Like I said, you make some funny YouTube content with it.
This is just a Steam thing, correct?
I believe so. And I believe it's just a Valve Steam thing. Because isn't Half-Life 2 that Half-Life, that's Valve's property. That's Half-Life.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, it's on Steam. It's Steam thing. PC. All right, Drip, before we move on to our main topic, getting into the Zelda stuff, we have to get to today's sponsor. And today's episode is sponsored by Fixture Gaming. Drip, I know that you and I use a ton of Nintendo Switch accessories, but there's nothing quite like the Fixture S2 on the market. The Fixture S2 mount connects the Nintendo Switch OLED to the Pro Controller to making a comfortable and reliable alternative to Joy-Cons. If you're like me and you find the Joy-Cons to be cramped and actually hurt your hands after a period of time, the Fixture S2 is exactly what you're looking for. Drip, I know you've been using the Fixture S2 for a bit of time now, and you've actually made a video on the Fixture S1 for the original LCD model of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I liked it then, I like it now. And the cool thing about it now is, obviously now it fits the OLED, which is great, but you can get it to fit the 8BitDo Ultimate controller too. So not only do you have the option to use a Pro Controller with it, you can also use the 8BitDo Ultimate or the 8BitDo Ultimate C, which is only a $30 controller. So you can get a pretty good deal. If you don't want to be using your Joy-Cons, you want to use a controller, this is probably the best way to do it, and I'd say probably the cheapest way to do it as well.
And one more thing, Drip, talk about our discount code.
Oh, well, gee, let me tell you about our discount code. You can go to Fixture Gaming's website, and you can type in the code DRIPMEDIA. Is that what it is?
That is what it is. DRIPMEDIA. It's on the screen right now if you're watching the video.
DRIPMEDIA, and you get $10 off. And it's stackable, correct? We did find that out.
That is correct.
If there's any other deals going on, you can put it on top of that too, so you can get a hell of a deal. And definitely worth picking one up. If you've got the Pro Controller or the 8BitDo Ultimate or C, it's definitely the way to play.
Like Drip said, you can go to fixturegaming.com and get the Fixture S2 or any of Fixture's products for $10 off using code DRIPMEDIA. That is code DRIPMEDIA. One word. And thank you, Fixture, for sponsoring today's episode. Yeah! Drip.
Jeeb!
I know we all want to play 60 FPS 4K Breath of the Wild, but do we want to play a Zelda game where Zelda is the star? Zelda is the playable character.
Yeah. See, the answer to this question is yes, and the answer to this question is no. There are a lot of variables in this for me.
We'll go over some.
Is it a mainline Zelda game?
I would say it probably would not be. It would be a
Then
spin-off
I would be
game.
fine with it. I would be fine with it. I mean, if we want to do a spin-off Zelda game, whatever, because there hasn't really been a whole lot of actual Zelda spin-offs. You know what I mean? I mean, there have been a few. What have we had? We've had like Link's crossbow training.
Yep.
We had what's the Crypt of the Necrodancer one? The what's
Hyrule Crypt of the Necrodancer? It's really just
no. What was it called? Cadence of Hyrule. Cadence of Hyrule. That was a good one. I mean, we've had we played as Zelda in
Hyrule Warriors. Both
yeah,
editions.
Both of them. So there's been spin-offs, but I mean, it would be cool to see Zelda in a spin-off game that's not so far spun off. You know what I mean?
Right. And let me get
still in the same area of maybe still on the let's not go there. Maybe they're still the same map as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but you're playing a different style of game as Zelda.
Let's get to this real quick. Again, shout out to Arlo. A lot of my content this week came from Arlo. Thank you, dude. Papa Geno's on Twitter. I couldn't tell you the relevance of who this guy is. I'm sure that they've done something where they got something right at some point, and probably a lot wrong as well, but that's not the point. All this conversation is stemming from this tweet that was posted up, and I'll read it for you guys or watching or listening to this episode. Tears of the Kingdom had a great Zelda design, and I think we're severely overdue for a game where Zelda is the main character. Seems to me a Hyrule adventure is like that is something that seems like a Hyrule adventure like that is something that fans want. Now's the time. And there's a picture of some of the artwork that was posted up recently by Nintendo, showing off different Zelda's haircuts that were not used in the game, but just showing off the concepts, what they were going with. But one more thing in this tweet. Obviously that tweet doesn't say anything, but it cryptically says something. If you look at in the tweet and you look at all the capital letters in the tweet, THIS, this, and then the next one, I think is IS, is, the next one is A. This is a, what is it? Crap.
I can't see it.
This is, I don't know. It's a cryptic thing, basically saying like this is like a hint or so. Oh, that's what it is. This is a hint. That's what it was. Sorry, guys.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, and then I remembered because my dyslexic brain was having a very hard time finding the capital letters.
You nailed it.
You did
but so
this,
good.
In capital letters, it spells out this is a hint in the tweet. So apparently they're hinting at a Zelda game. So that's
yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. As long as this, I don't want this to replace Link as the main character of mainline Zelda games. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
No. A full-on replacement for the future? No, that's ridiculous. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen at all. I think what we're getting at is a spin-off game. Even if it's another Hyrule Warrior. Listen, this could be all very simple. This could be very, very simple. People could making this way more complicated than it is. This could just mean we're hinting at the next Hyrule Warriors game because Zelda's a playable character in that game. Maybe she'll be the focus in it. Maybe she'll be like, most Hyrule Warriors games, they all start out, well, the last two, I should say, the first two. They start with Link as the character you're playing as, and then you unlock the other characters as you go.
Yeah, they actually basically both start exactly the same, don't they? Now I'm thinking about it. Like you're a knight, and then you're like,
yeah. So maybe this one is like you start as Zelda. Maybe this one is you start as Zelda, which I think would actually be an awesome addition to the Hyrule Warriors series to make this one centered around Zelda, and Zelda is your main main. But then you unlock Link later.
Hey, guess what?
What is that?
That game you made up, I don't know when, that everybody seems to be talking about now?
Hyrule.
Guess who
I didn't make it up, Drip. I leaked it, Drip.
You did leak it. I forgot. We are leakers.
Mm-hmm.
We are leakers. No, think about that, though. If it is the imprisoning war, Zelda is the main character. She's the one that went back in time, and that's what the game would be about, right?
I would say you nailed it, Drip.
Did we just figure this out? Did we just leak this right now on our show? We did. Sorry, guys. We're leakers. It happens.
It happens, dude. Sometimes you got a good leak, and you gotta just take it when you get it,
Take the leak. Yeah, take a leak. It's fine. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. If that's what it is, I'm down with that because we've already talked about that. I really enjoyed Age of Calamity. I really liked it. I know you did too.
Oh,
I know. Hashtag take the leak. I know you really liked it. I really liked it. The frame rate was terrible. Can you imagine a game like that on a Switch 2 that the frame rate's not terrible, and it's that'd be fun, man.
I can imagine it. In fact, I desire it.
Yeah, if that's the Zelda game, then yes, I'm with that.
Yeah.
And I don't see that actually, like, that's not crazy now.
No.
At the beginning of this conversation, I was like, nah, it ain't happening. Now, I think I've changed my mind on that a little bit.
And I spilled some delicious Cayman Jack margarita, all up in my mustache and beard.
You got to be careful with that stuff. You don't want to spill it. You got to savor the flavor.
Sometimes when I take a drink, my mouth doesn't work. That ever happen to you? Like, I go to take my drink and, like, somehow it just leaks out the side. Like, how?
Man, sometimes this is like the most embarrassing thing ever, but like sometimes I'll have like an energy drink or something, or sometimes it's a beer. If I'm like watching TV and not paying attention, just sitting around the couch at night, I'll just pick the can up and the little mouth hole's like sideways. And I just go to take a drink and it just dumps down the side of my face. Like, oops, that was a mistake.
We've all been there, Drip. It's okay. We've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do it more
just
than the normal person.
Make sure that the open part is not on the top, because then if you do it, you're just getting a nose full.
Man.
You're getting a nose full.
Yeah,
I've done that.
I've definitely done
I don't
think I've ever actually done that.
Oh yeah, definitely done that.
That's
before.
Awful.
Oh, it's terrible. Speaking of terrible,
bush light up my nose.
Speaking of, oh, by the way, before we move on with my amazing segue, when does the game come out? Is this a launch game or is it a near launch?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, this could be next year's Zelda game, easily.
Yeah,
this could be the 2025 Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the 2024 Zelda game. Still, honestly, this could be a Switch release with a Ultimate Edition released on the Switch too.
I would love a dual release so I could buy it twice, and I will.
I mean, I
gladly will.
What's the other one? The Hyrule Warriors, the original, was a Wii U game. They re-released that.
I bought that one twice because
me too.
I didn't buy it when it came out because I didn't have a Wii U then, but I eventually bought the game.
Shit, I think I
for
bought
the
it 3
Wii U.
times.
Realized that the Wii U copy, because it was way cheaper, it was like $15 on eBay.
Yeah, it's 30
brand
frames
new.
per second.
But I didn't realize it was a low frame rate. I'm like, oh crap! Like I should have bought the Switch
30
version.
and what? I mean, it's
not
720p.
Yeah, it's not a solid 60 on the Switch, but it's much better, and it's 1080p.
Oh, it's way better, yeah.
And it's 1080p on the Switch, and that
I mean,
makes all the difference right there.
And then they re-release it on Switch. Yeah, it's 60 frames per second.
Almost. It's not a solid 60.
Yeah,
but
it's got all the extra stuff in it. But you know that's a 3DS game too, right?
Yeah, they made that game later on in the 3DS. After the
new
Wii
3DS. I
out.
bought that too. I had all the versions of it.
That version stunk.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
Hey, dude, I was just trying to play it handheld though.
Because I was looking at the cost thing because the physical version of that for Switch was so expensive, right? And again, we're talking about the
60.
original.
I think it's still 60 right now.
Oh no, it's out of print. They don't make it anymore, so you have to find it. Whoever has it, and and people
it's not even on the eShop.
No, it's on the eShop. I'm talking about the physical version. And in order to get the physical version, you either have to find new old stock from somewhere because they're not printing it anymore, or you have to buy it from a reseller for like $70, like more than retail or like close to it.
I didn't realize they weren't printing that anymore.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know why they're not doing it. There's actually, that's an episode we could do later on the feature. There is a ton, and I mean a ton, of games that you wouldn't expect to be out of print for the Switch right now that they don't make anymore. Like Origami King is one of them, I do believe. Origami King, it's out of print, dude. They're not making it.
What?
Yeah, they're not printing anymore. The whatever is there, and people can buy. It doesn't mean that there's low stock, right? That doesn't mean that there's not a lot of stock. I'm just telling you the fact that they're not printing it anymore. And there's a bunch of other games, including Hyrule Warriors, the original version. They're just not printing them anymore. So whatever is out there is what's out there. Kind of crazy to think about. The Switch has never been more successful, yet here we are still. Here we are at the end of its life, and they're kind of they're not printing the game anymore. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. I mean, you'd figure they'd wait to at least like I don't know. I guess
in a way though, it makes sense because let's say the games they made, let's say they made like 10 million copies of Origami King.
They're just sitting on these.
They didn't sell 10 million. They sold probably a good amount, but they didn't sell 10 million of them. So there's a lot of stock out there that they're like, well, why we printing more? Like, just we're done. I make it out of print. So it makes sense why they would do it. It's just kind of weird to think about. Like, it's the current system.
So I bet you could probably find them in stores still.
Yeah, and also, by the way, this is I think another one's like Metroid Dread. I believe that one was out of print like the year after. Like, it's not like we're not talking about like just recently. I'm talking like it's been a thing, and it's been a thing for a while for a lot of games.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, we'll do an episode on that.
Well, yeah, that one slowed down in sales too. But I mean, I don't know. That's wild. I don't know.
Hold on. Out of print Switch games. Okay, I got that in the pod ID room, so we don't forget about it. Giggity.
Nice, good job.
All right, Drip. Oop, I closed the window that I needed to see. Right.
Nice.
Right. So, Drip, let's move on to our second to last topic here, and that is Zelda Breath of the Wild could be re-released soon, and it could be 60 FPS, 4K.
My God! Okay,
With
it's happening.
minimal
Everybody
to
stay calm.
no-
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
With minimal to no wait times for load screens.
So weird. Like, that's a crazy idea. I've never heard anybody talk about that ever. I've never heard Breath of the Wild with no loading screens running at 4K 60. That's never come up anywhere before, has it, Jeeb? No one's ever talked about that.
Of course you're being sarcastic, because that is a leak that we heard. At this point, it's been a little bit of time now, probably like a year.
It's been about, what,
6 months to a year, somewhere in that ballpark.
7 months.
And that was, what convention was that at?
Oh, boy. Gamescom? No?
Sure. We can go with Gamescom. Doesn't need to be
I don't know if
accurate.
it was.
The point is, one of those
It actually wasn't.
conventions
I don't
or,
think they
public gatherings, Nintendo was at. And apparently, you may remember this leak if you watch our show for a while. Apparently, at one of those conventions, the rumor was that Nintendo was showing off beta hardware or whatever, pre-alpha hardware, what do you call that?
They said it was not actual. It wasn't an actual Switch. It was on par with what the new Nintendo Switch was going to be able to do performance-wise. Whatever machine they were using was on par with what they were making. So it was kind of just a demo of the game, not really the system.
If you guys have ever seen like developer consoles, you should look it up. There's lots of YouTube videos you could see out there. Really interesting because the developer consoles look absolutely nothing like what the final console looks like.
Remember that V-shaped PS5 thing that looked like
No, actually I don't.
Oh, the PS5 dev kits. It looked like an old Xbox, but it was like V-shaped.
Nice. I actually don't know. I said that, and I don't know. I've not seen many developer kits, but there's one kit. I've seen a few Nintendo ones, some of the handhelds developer kits, but I've also seen, I believe there was a Wii developer kit. Obviously, we all know what the Wii looks like. It's like very slender,
There's nothing to it.
Rectangles, nothing to it. The developer kit was like this ginormous block with like big tubes coming out of it. It looked ridiculous, like nothing like it. So in this case, to kind of give you guys a visual, Nintendo did not have the Switch 2. They had some sort of like block of tech, that was housing hardware that'd be comparable to what the Switch 2 would eventually have. And
A block of tech.
Also known as a computer. I don't know why I didn't just say computer, because that's basically
It's a block of tech. Come check out my block of tech. I have one right under my desk here. I've also got another one here that plays video games on top of my desk. It's a block of tech as well. Look at this. I found another block of tech.
Oh my god! If you guys could be
Look
in
at
this podcast,
another one. I found another block of tech.
This
There's
podcast
lots of them. I have lots of them.
If anybody questions what's going on in my brain, just watch this podcast, because like that's the best idea you're gonna get of how my brain works is through this show. But
I have a block of tech over here that keeps my beer cold. It's a big one.
I guess you could call
Very
that tech.
big.
It's anyway, Drip. Embarrassing me any further. They had a developer kit, a block of tech, if you will, at this convention, and they were showing off hardware. And at the demos they were using was a Final Fantasy VII, or was it? No, it was a Matrix demo. Was that what it was?
The Matrix demo is what it was. Yeah, it was the Matrix demo they used to show off. See, that was a weird thing. They were saying that they were showing off ray tracing and stuff and that, which means it's a new build of the Matrix stuff, because that's not what the original one was there to show off. It was there to show off like the load speeds and different stuff like that, like the textures and all the things that they could have loading in and doing what they were doing. It wasn't about ray tracing, but they were saying that they're showing off ray tracing with that in that room.
Yeah.
Did you play that Matrix demo?
No.
It was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, obviously very short, very polished, very to the point of the tiny thing that it was.
Right.
It was cool. It was cool. If that runs on the Switch like that with ray tracing, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Well, yeah,
Holy
but
crap.
what I'm more interested in, and probably a lot of you out there, is the Breath of the Wild version. And it's not so crazy to think that that was true, and now they're actually going to release that, which makes a lot of sense. Of course they would put that out. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
at the point of the Switch 2, when it gets released, it would be 8 years since Breath of the Wild came out.
Well, yeah, and think about this.
8 years.
We-
That is
we
a long
literally-
time.
yeah.
It is time for Breath of the Wild to be a little refreshed. I wouldn't say a full remake or anything crazy like that.
No.
just-
It doesn't need that, obviously.
Well,
but
hey,
like we
Drip.
just talked
Hey,
about
Drip.
it.
Hey,
We
Drip.
just talked about this.
The definitive edition of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense,
Okay,
right?
But that's what I'm saying. We just had a conversation like this 10 minutes ago with Hyrule Warriors, the original.
Yeah.
It ran 30 FPS-ish
Yeah,
on the Wii U. And then they brought it over to the Switch, which had more power. It could run 60, 1080 docked. I mean, this is not that crazy to think that this would happen. And it's not unheard of for companies to do this. I mean, every single company has done stuff like this as far as the like the PS4 to PS5, the Xbox One to the Xbox Series S and X. I mean, they've done this 100. I mean, my God. How many times have they redone The Last of Us Part 1, Part 2? Like, my God, how many times have they remastered that game? Like 3 within the past, like, what, 10 years? I don't even think it's a stretch to say.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Last of Us Part 2 remastered, and then they went back again and they did Last of Us. What did they call it? Was it remake?
I don't know.
But now the new one, the Last of Us Part 2, the remake, the sequel, the remastered definitive until the next one we put out.
Yeah.
Series. I don't know. This isn't crazy. So
No. And here's why it's not too crazy as well, Drip. And I'm going to get to this little article from Game Rant that has a tweet up. I'm going to show you guys on the screen here if you're watching. The original code name for Breath of the Wild was U-King. And apparently that code name came back up very recently, but with the ending suffix of O, like the letter O. So it was U-King O recently came up. And
right. The O supposedly internally the Switch 2 is being called Oz or OZ. That's like the I don't know exactly what they're saying.
Right.
But that's the internal name for it.
So,
and if you look back at the original, what's the one from the original Breath of the Wild?
U-King.
Okay, yeah, and I guess that was whatever the code was for Nintendo Switch is the U. Right?
I think so, yeah. I believe that's right. So U would be Nintendo Switch, King would be Breath of the Wild, and in this case, the ending O.
No. No, see, I'm talking about
What are you talking about?
King O is the name of this one.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, there was the original Breath of the Wild didn't have an O at the end. It had a different letter. I don't know what it was. But it wasn't U. U's at the beginning of this one.
Oh, well maybe I got this wrong. No, it says in this tweet. It says in this tweet
I'm
right
pulling
here.
That up because I want to see it.
The enhanced version of Breath of the Wild's code name is U-King. So that's confirmed. Breath of the Wild's code, not this new one. Breath of the Wild's original code name was U-King. And I think you were on the right track when you said U is the Switch.
Okay.
And
right.
King would have been Breath of the Wild. That was all stuff that happened. That was all concluded years ago. Why this is being brought up again now is that U-King O recently popped up. And if we just put context clue together.
U-King, the suffix on the old one was S. That's what it was. It had an S on it. U-King-S. Now it's U-King-O. That's the difference.
Okay,
I just found it. Sorry. Okay, that's what I was talking about.
We found all the Lego pieces, man. We got the page done.
Yeah, we got it. We got there. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. So internally they are called that, S for Switch, I'm guessing. O whatever the internal name is OZ is what they're calling it. I don't know how they're pronouncing it, if it's Oz or
Right.
So I mean, this makes sense, and I mean, this is way too much of anything to be just a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like
it is weird though how this would get out. How did that get out? Because that gives away that this is happening. Like Nintendo should be smarter than that, don't you think? They would be smarter, wouldn't you think?
I don't know. I mean, leaks happen all the time, man. You know this. Look at us. We leak everything. We're crazy leakers. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just kind of crazy. It's a little hard for me to believe because it just seems like such a simple thing they can keep behind closed doors. How did that get leaked out? Because it's so well known what Yu King is. Yu King was from the Breath of the Wild. It's been documented.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't looked that much into this stuff, honestly. I think it all makes sense. It just kind of fits together just because, I mean, first off, we've been hearing this stuff like, oh yeah, behind closed doors, they played Breath of the Wild 60 frames per second. Now all of a sudden, I heard the initial rumor and I was like, that is somebody latching on to that stupid thing that happened over the summer or whatever it was, September, whenever they were all behind like those rumors. Somebody's latching onto that and trying to act like they know. But this makes it like, it's hard to go against it if you have this type of information.
I just want
to know where the information came from.
Yeah, that's not this podcast because we don't know. But let's just say this, Strip. I know the answer, but I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask you anyway for the sake of content. Should Nintendo do this even if it's not true? Should Nintendo put out this game?
Yes. Yes. Why not? Why the hell wouldn't they? Yes.
I mean, it's poetic to me. Now, we can get into the question of whether it should be a launch title in the same general area. It doesn't. I guarantee you, it's not going to be what sells the Switch too. They're not going to be that dumb. But they could say, here's our launch game. Here's a big third party game, and
I see this being a
while you wait for those two to come out. Here's Breath of the Wild, fresh definitive edition, the definitive edition to come out while you wait for your other titles as well.
I think that I think there'll be a launch title. Like I said last week, I'm kind of banking on a Mario for the launch, but
yeah, but like this
is like one of those summer games. This is one of those year one remaster, whatever definitive edition games that comes out
with all the DLC included
of July. With the DLC included.
Yeah.
They'll probably do a little special packaging with it, has some little stuff maybe. I mean, I don't know. This is easy. This is a slam dunk for Nintendo. Why not do this?
Or Drip.
Year one, halfway through the year.
Or Drip. So here's two ideas of how we could go with this. We could get the definitive edition that comes with all the DLC and everything like that, 64K. Or Drip. We could get, and that game would cost somewhere between $60 and $70, full price, okay? Or we could get the upgraded route. So like how PS5, Xbox do it, where you can just pay to upgrade the game. I think it's just PS5. Does Xbox do that?
PlayStation did it. I'm not sure about Xbox. PlayStation
so
did it a lot.
I know
it was
that
like a $10. It's like a $10 upgrade.
Do you think we already pretty much know the cartridge?
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
We already know the cartridge slot's going to be there, so people are going to bring their cartridges over, and they're going to be playing Breath of the Wild on the Switch too. And Nintendo could nerf the power and just give you the same performance of the original Switch. They say you can play your old cartridges, but it's going to run just like it did in the Switch, no difference. But buddies, you're not going to buy the game again because you're not our demographic to do that. But you might benefit with your old cartridge. Give us $20. I would think it's $25. They're gonna be like $25, 4K on the go, 60 FPS. No need to buy anything else from us, or it's including your Nintendo Switch Online service, which we're now doubling the price for the new generation.
I think you're wrong on both.
I'm not saying
buy this shit for $70.
I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I'm saying that this is an option.
I'm saying option 3, and it's that they charge $70 for it, and they don't give you any way to upgrade. It's just, would you like to buy Breath of the Wild?
That's option one. That's option one.
Breath of the Wild Definitive Edition, because they're two different games. But if you want this one's just this. It's got no DLC. You can get the DLC if you want it. It's extra money. Or you can pay $10 more. You You can get the definitive edition, all the DLC. You say you already have all that,
Drip,
but it's not 4K.
And here's why that's actually
here's
that's the most likely option. And I agree with you. That's what they're gonna do. Because going back to Hyrule Warriors real fast, use that comparison again. The original Hyrule Warriors was Hyrule Warriors. And on the Wii U, they eventually put some DLC out that you could buy, and that was the game. Then on the Switch, and it ran 30 FPS. Then on the Switch, they slapped the definitive title on the end of it. They made it run 60 FPS, and it included the DLC. It's the exact scenario being rebuilt again, but for Breath of the Wild.
You could find 1,000 scenarios where companies have done that. Nintendo especially. They do it a lot. The definitive edition. Yeah, it's... I mean, how many definitive editions do we have on the Switch?
A lot.
I mean, isn't there like a Xenoblade Chronicles definitive edition?
Isn't there a Donkey Kong definitive edition? Country?
Tropical Freeze?
Isn't that definitive?
I don't know if it's called
that's deluxe.
Edition.
That's deluxe, right?
No, I don't even know if that's a deluxe, but it doesn't matter.
Well, there's
whatever you want to brand
there's the Mario
Definitive
Wii U
edition,
games, the Wii
Deluxe.
There's the Mario Wii games drip with the deluxe tag, which is the same thing as basically saying definitive.
Yeah,
just a
that's
different
what I'm
kind
saying.
of idea.
No matter what they want to call it, they're selling it to you again.
Yeah,
and I think this will be a year one if it's real.
I
think it's like halfway through the year, summer.
Thinking of another one, drip. It is not either definitive or deluxe. This is actually they did something different with this one. If you remember 3D World. That's not deluxe or whatever, but it is different.
Plus
Bowser's Fury. So like it is another idea, and they up 1080p from 720.
Added basically
added
DLC,
a whole new game. Yeah, DLC.
And charged you the same price for it again.
More because these games cost more.
$50, yeah.
And it was, but I think at least early in the Wii U's days, I don't know, but later in the Wii U's days, that game was $20.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that was later. It wasn't selling. They were trying to get rid of stuff. No.
Yeah, later, like 4 years later.
It launched at $50. I think that's what Wii U games. I think they were 50. Maybe they were 60.
Nope, they were 50. I can guarantee you that because Twilight Princess, when I bought it in the Wii U, it was $50.
Okay. Yeah. Now they charge 60.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bowser's Fury is awesome. I think that's worth 60 itself. I think that's
it's a short game. Too short for 60, I think.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that on the Switch too. Actually, some crazy things like that. Bowser's Fury.
I would think so. I think the next Mario game might look a lot like Bowser's Fury. And drip, that's a good segue to our next and final topic, which is kind of a fun one. Do you want to shout this YouTuber real fast?
Yeah, I got his channel pulled up here. I don't want to mess this up.
I do as well. Yeah.
So his name is Endo, like Nintendo, and his logo is actually like the same thing, but it just says the end of it. It's pretty clever. He just showed up on my feed last night. He's got like 23,000 subscribers. I really enjoyed this video, and it made me just want to honestly talk about his ideas here. He's basically predicting, the name of the video is predicting every Switch 2 game. And he doesn't predict every Switch 2 game. The video is 15 minutes long. But he's got some good ideas. I like a lot of them. And I kind of just wanted to go over a few of them. And one of them is the first one. He goes straight into the 3D Mario. And as you know, I think 3D Mario is going to be the first game we get on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
But I also think, as he does, this is going to be a gigantic, expanded version of Bowser's Fury. Open world. And instead of having a hub world where you're like, going in, then you go into the level, it's just going to be a gigantic area where there's like there's a desert over here.
Like Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's all contained a little bit less. You know what I mean? It's not as big. Imagine that, but like massive, like actually massive, like a huge Mario game like that. Because that was fun. I love that. The way that they had it set up, I think it worked really well. It still felt like Mario 3D levels, especially the newer stuff. But it was just so open-ended. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was open. That was the whole game. It was an open world. But the way they got around that from restricting you to get around the open worldness was you had to complete the one level, in the one area in the open world. Because they restrict you from going anywhere else because they put that black Bowser slime everywhere. So you could, if you can't go in the Bowser black slime, each area in the world was covered up with the black slime. But once you completed the one little section that you needed to complete, the lighthouse would remove all of the slime for the next area that you go into next. Yeah. And that's they could do something very similar to that in larger scale for the next Mario game.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You get whatever items that help you get through to the next area.
Doesn't be the exact It doesn't be the exact idea. It could be
another thing. He had a really good idea, and I think this is like long overdue for a 3D Mario game. And I mean, at this point, Switch 2, the power it's supposedly going to have, we're going to be able to do a lot more. They need to fix their internet structure. We need like real online multiplayer with something like that. Like actual online multiplayer, not just, oh, you get to be Mario's fucking hat, or you can be, you know, some stupid ass thing that they always do with these Mario games. True multiplayer, because that's what it reminds me of too. Like you're looking for the cat shines and stuff, right? You know what it reminds me of? The way it is, how it's so open-ended.
Yeah.
It's like you have that list of stuff you can do. Like, oh, there's this thing over here. I need to go get that. And I could find all these things and then get that cat shine. And you're going to make fun of me when I say this, but it's like quests in Fortnite. Like, it's all open. You got a big list of shit you can do. You can do it whenever you want. You don't have to, you know. But, like, it's just so open-ended. I love that idea. And then doing it with a friend, like doing it with somebody else online, I feel like that would really take a Mario game like that to the next level.
Yeah, stop putting disrespect on Cappy's name, Drip. Cappy was the boss.
All right, listen. Cappy's fine, but if you... Like, okay, cool. You want to play two-player Mario Odyssey? Okay, Jeep, you're going to be the Cap. You cool with that?
Now, I interpret this a little bit differently. I don't think Mario game, it's a single-player experience. I don't believe that Mario needs better online multiplayer. What I think Mario needs is better co-op. Whether it's online or not the point. What they need to do is make the co-op the second option to play with your younger brother mode, we can call it.
Yeah.
To not suck. To be much better.
Because it does.
Let's just have have Luigi come along. Why not?
Yeah.
Just
like,
have Luigi
as a team. Like really, like
work as a team through the platforming. Have platforming puzzles that are designed for two
not
players.
Just like, oh, we're jumping on each other and
Here, Cappy, I'm going to jump on you to get across a small gap.
Yeah.
Hooray. And Bowser's Fury.
And I'm not talking about the same way they...
In Bowser's Fury, Drip, you have Bowser Jr. He can slap a painting on the wall and get you a coin. No, he does stuff. Like, I'm telling you what he does.
Not that. I mean, okay, that's what he does, yeah, but what is that, like...
Right,
really?
It doesn't equate to anything, which is the point I was getting to, is like, it doesn't make it worthwhile. We don't need the online multiplayer. I think that'd be cool, but that is what games like a 3D World are there for. We should have that spinoff of 3D World should be remade and have its own 2D 3D spin-off version of Mario, and that is the online multiplayer Mario game. Keep that in that series. That's where as you guys know, that's my favorite 3D Mario game is 3D World. So like make a sequel to that and keep putting those out every midterm, right? But on the main terms where the 3D Mario mainline games come out, just make the co-op experience better. Why the fuck is it's little brother? Everybody knows it's little brother mode. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So put little brother in the game. Mario has a little brother.
A brother actually has one. Yeah, I like
let's
that.
Let's just put Luigi in the game.
So
Luigi take his time.
The next thing he talked about in this video, which I really love this idea, and we've heard these rumors forever. Yeah. It's not coming to the Switch, clearly. The Donkey Kong game, what that's going to be. Because obviously, like, we haven't had a new Donkey Kong game since Tropical Freeze, and then they just re-released Tropical Freeze.
Right.
We haven't had anything. His idea in this video, I really, really loved. This is one of the ones, this is probably in the point in the video I was like, I have to talk about this. This is so fucking cool. Leaning in to the Mario movie for the next Donkey Kong game. Like the lore that they set up, like the you know, they are the ones who are doing the carts. They're the ones who are building the carts. So put the carts in the Donkey Kong game, in an open world Donkey Kong game. That's how you're getting around. You could build your own cart. You know, there's different areas of your map. There's jungle area, there's swamps, but you can build your car however you need to. You know, you can have a little fast car to get through certain places, or you can have a big tough one that's going to help you get through these jungles and this and that. Maybe
Yeah.
switch the parts out.
I love
stuff like that.
I love the
That's
whole
like, that would be
concept.
so much fun. And like,
and did you say it already?
given-
Finally make it 3D.
well, they did a 3D one on the 64, and some people liked. I didn't
Did they?
think it was that great. Yeah, Donkey Kong 64 is 3D.
Oh wow. Okay. I'd not played Donkey Kong 64.
You should try it out.
I will.
I'm not a huge fan, but it's all right. It's not terrible. But this is a chance to go back to that 2D Donkey Kong, man. Come on, like it's fine, but
Dude,
like,
that'd be so cool. Like it'd be giving give it a story, give it a full story, voice acting and all. Like,
well, yeah, he had an idea for a story, which was also
Banjo-Kazooie
great.
style. Like, yeah, with the
yeah,
the carts.
The story was what was the story? Oh, who's the leader? His dad or whatever in the movie?
Yeah, the movie. Yeah, whatever.
King K. Rool steals him, and that's the plot of the game. Is you got to go through and like you got to try to find him, and there's a big story about Donkey Kong and this and that. I really like that one. What was his next one? I'm trying to just kind of scrub through the video and find.
I got some. Let's forget about that because I have some more ideas that kind of were theorized based off of his ideas. Let's talk about Zelda.
That's where I was going next. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what next one you talk about too. I think he said more remakes, like remake a Link, the second Link, whatever.
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past.
God, I
yeah,
want
of course.
that
I mean, that's
so
a given. I mean, that's not necessarily like a groundbreaking idea for the Switch 2.
No,
but
I mean, that's
of
something
course,
that could easily happen.
More full on remakes would be welcomed. But here's what I'm saying. Like I alluded to with Donkey Kong, voice acting. Let's finally get that normalized in Nintendo games. Is full voice acting. Give it to us. Cut
Zelda
scenes.
needs it.
Cut
Zelda
scenes.
needs it bad at this point. Like,
Voice acting. All of it, man.
And it's okay. Link doesn't have to talk still. That's totally cool. Not going to be worried about that. But the rest of it, we need. Come on. Like it's got to happen at this point.
Yeah, especially there's gonna be a freaking Zelda movie coming out. We're gonna see what their thoughts are on Link talking anyway. Then, so it doesn't mean that even if he talks in the movies, it's not like he needs to talk in the games anyway. The point is, we're gonna see Link's mannerisms, how he kind of reacts when the camera's pointed to him. If he's not talking, let's say, you're gonna see what Link should look like instead of just he standing still like a statue making sounds. You know, like when you're in dialogue scenes, he just stands there like a statue with his hands on his hips, making little grunts. And the movie's going to show us how he can actually emote.
Yes, he's going to.
So let's bring that. Let's bring that into the games with voice acting for the other characters. Give Link those mannerisms, but just for God's sakes, get the voice acting, please. Like switch to.
I mean, and
let's normalize that, please.
Yeah. Well, when we went into this earlier too, kind of talking about the whole thing about Nintendo protecting their IP so much because it's in these movies and they're doing all this stuff. Like, if you're doing that for that reason, like, start bringing a little, you know what I mean? Like, start meshing some of that together. So it's like when these kids go to the movies and see this stuff on the screen, it's going to match up better with what they're playing in the game. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I have a theory that's why they did what they did with Donkey Kong, because that's what the new Donkey Kong kind of looks like in the games. And they kind of put that art style into the movie because why would they? Otherwise, why would they change it?
Well, they changed the character model for him in the movie. That was another thing that Endo said in his video was go full in. Just use the one from the movie as the new one in the game.
Yeah,
I don't hate that either. I do love A Link to the Past as the next 2D Zelda remake.
Yeah.
I'd die. I would die over that. I'd be so excited for that.
Let's get
what I thought would be really cool to do though?
What's that?
Take I guess they kind of sort of did a little bit of a more of a 2.5D style for Link's Awakening. I would love to see them just take the map of A Link to the Past and build it as a 3D game. Same story, same map, but instead of top down, it's got its own art style and it's a full 3D world. That would be incredible to experience the same exact game, but instead of being a top down, map matches, everything matches, but you're in it. It's 3D. You're on the I think that'd be very cool.
That'd be something that we could do in the Switch too with those Zelda ports or with those Zelda remakes, like we said. Like that could be a direction they go.
Something like that, I think would be really cool to see.
Take them from being top-down 2Ds to full 3Ds. You know?
Yeah,
Switch 2's gonna have the power.
Just try it. Just take that and do it. Just make A Link to the Past, a new 3D Zelda game. It's the same story. Everything happens the same. You're just experiencing it completely differently.
All right, I got 2 more for you, 2 more ideas, and then we're going to
Okay.
end this episode.
Okay.
Second to last one here. And this is kind of based off of, I was watching his video 2 times speed before we went on here, so it's kind of loosely based off of his ideas, but kind of my own spin. Let's modernize the currently out-of-date IPs or non-existent ones. And for
He
this...
said legs.
Did I?
He said, no, he said he's talking about a new IP, and he said, make, not arms, just make legs. This guy's funny. You guys should definitely check him out. He's really funny.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so what I mean by modernize the current out-of-date IPs, let's just say Metroid, for example. I mean, we're going to see what they do with Metroid Prime 4 here pretty soon, I think, actually. Maybe like even next month.
Metroid Prime 4 is happening.
Besides, of course, the voice acting thing is throughout all the games. So, of course, we need voice acting in Metroid as well, I think. Bring it in. But I'm, especially in using the Metroid example, add, like, with voice acting, add drama. Add more. There's already ambiance in the game. So add that drama in the game. Like, just make, really cinematic cutscenes with the voice acting and just make it like a little cinematic experience. Like Metroid especially, I think is a game that could be really benefited from that kind of treatment. I'm not saying if there's Metroid purists out there, which I'm sure there are, I don't mean to like offend you and say we need to change your game because it sucks. That's not at all what I mean. I'm saying for this next generation, this is the next generation console for Nintendo, whenever we get it. It's going to be next generation. Let's make the games match that. Let's make the games match this next generation title. Let's modernize these games. Let's make them compete out there with the Halos, which, by the way, Halo sucks right now. Let's make it compete with the Call of Duties. Which
but I mean, when
you
look at
Call of Duty first player experience sucks.
When you look at the level of, you're right, the dialogue, the acting, like it's night and day when you see some of these other games. Like go play Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West. Go play The Last of Us. Go like any of those games.
Look at what Sony's doing with video games.
Yeah, I mean that's Metroid is the franchise that could do that and do it really, really well.
Nintendo could take Metroid as like from like the 4th or 5th most popular franchise in Nintendo's bag to like skyrocket to number 1 very quickly and again, from an outside audience.
Think about how that progresses too, because then now you've presented Metroid in this way in a video game, and then what's the next step with everything you're doing right now anyway? Then you get to go make your Metroid movie, and you have a basis off of which you can do so because you've given a little bit more to the game, which they could do it now without doing that. They could do it now without doing that, or they could put the game out. And I mean, who knows?
Or that could be Nintendo's first TV series.
I mean, maybe Metroid Prime 4 is that. Maybe we are already getting that. We don't even know it.
Who knows? Last one, shout out to Communication Error Podcast because this is their idea. I'm stealing it because it fits in with this conversation. Just their episode that they put out today, actually. They were talking about Nintendo needs to get up with the times as well with games, and like they need to make a battle royale game to compete with the Fortnites and League of Legends and all these other series right now that are out there. There's games as a service is the way
everybody wants to do one.
Games as the service is what they're doing these days. So Nintendo needs to get on that trend and make something that is games with a service to build their brand, to get into little kids' hands or even get the little kids' eyeballs who are watching this stuff being streamed by streamers or YouTube video content. There's just less eyes on Nintendo gaming right now. And kids are watching video games.
They're ever going to do that.
Kids are watching video games, and Nintendo games are not really the thing right now, especially toward the end of the cycle of the Switch. That would really help them out with getting it with kids' eyeballs.
I don't think you're ever going to see that.
I disagree, especially when you listen to the way they describe it. I'm like, you guys have a point,
I'll have to listen to it. I haven't listened to it, but I just Nintendo's never been that company. They're not the microtransaction company. They never have been.
We're not talking microtransactions. We're talking games with as a service, which that doesn't necessarily mean microtransactions. It could just mean
games
that are continually updated forever and ever, as long as they last.
They could have had that
free content updates.
They could do it. It doesn't have to be a shooter. It doesn't have to be. They could have done it. They could have done it, and they've messed it up. I mean, maybe they'll do it the next one. Animal Crossing New Horizons could have been that.
No, here, Drip, you know what could be it? And this is based off of their opinions again, their ideas. Mario Kart. The next Mario Kart game.
That could be too.
So easily could be the first game
Well, they
as a
have
service.
one of those already.
Well, yeah, the phone game. Yeah.
Mario Kart Tour, yeah.
But this could
they
actually be good and look amazing. It could be 4K 60 on a console.
Have you played Mario Kart Tour?
Yeah, I don't like phone games. I've never liked phone games. They all suck to me.
It looks pretty damn good. It looks pretty incredible, actually.
But I think you're under you because of what you just said a second ago. You never think it's going to happen. You're completely not seeing the vision that we can see. The vision of Mario Kart as a game with a service.
I can see
Nintendo
it.
is salivating
I just
at
don't
the
think
idea.
they're going to do it.
Oh,
I don't think they're going to do that.
You'd be a fool if you think they're not at least trying to. They may not actually succeed. And may never put it out.
I mean, they could, like I said, they could have still be supporting. Mario Kart's a good one. That would be one that would work for sure. But they could still be supporting Animal Crossing New Horizons, and people would be eating that up. They just stopped. There was just a point they were like, I mean, it's not like people weren't playing the game. You know what I mean?
That's another really good one, Animal Crossing.
That's it, done.
That
but they could easily do that.
They were doing that for a little while.
Do it again. They have a mobile game. Where they do that right now. That's where they're putting these games as a service thing. They're doing them on mobile.
Yeah, but those suck.
To you, they suck.
Objectively
Lots of people
suck.
play them, though.
No.
Lots of
they don't
people
play them
them.
because they're good. They play them because people are addicted to the games as a service. That is a fact.
Okay, but
these games are not good. Look at all the failed ones that have failed. What's that most recent one? That comic book one? Marvel or Batman or DC, that one that failed recently.
I know what you're talking about.
There's one, the DC games as service the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
It
Kill
sucked.
the Justice League.
It sucked. You know what else sucks?
Because it wasn't supposed to be that.
Pokemon Unite sucks, but people play it. You know what else sucks?
That's the thing. You keep saying all this stuff sucks.
It is so old, man. Fortnite
You keep saying all this stuff sucks
listen
because
to me.
you don't like it.
Can you listen?
But there's plenty. I'm listening. You keep saying everything sucks.
This is my opinion. Of course, it sucks
These
to me.
games are still going and making money. People are playing them.
You're not going to listen? You're just going to talk?
Clearly, they don't suck that bad.
Okay. I'm not saying that people don't like them. People love them. But it's an addiction. They're addicted to these games. They cannot wait to get their next Fortnite skin. It's such a tired game mode, dude. It is so tired. Shooting games like that.
I like it. I enjoy it a lot.
Again, Drip, listen to me. I'm not saying that they're not fun. I'm not even saying they're not fun. Like, they're fun, but it's a tired old idea that just keeps getting recycled. And games like Suicide Squad is a good example of how anybody tries another one that's like it, fails because it's tired and old. It sucks.
Oh yeah, well, because everybody's trying to do everybody wants to do the microtransactions. You can't. No one's gonna do Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever, Overwatch. Like, nobody's doing that again. Nobody's gonna do that. I don't care who it is. There's that new thing coming out, that Marvel Rivals. That actually looks decent. It's like an Overwatch clone, basically, but it looks decent, and it's Marvel characters. I'm interested. I'm kind of interested to see what that's about because I like Marvel, and that could be fun. I don't think that's going to do anything like what these other games I just named do because they're the ones that did it. Everybody's been trying to be the Fortnite or the Call of Duty or the this or the that with the games as a service, microtransaction bullshit. That is where I will say you're right in what you're saying about Mario Kart. Or, like we just brought up, Animal Crossing. That would be, at least on a console, a different idea as far as a games as a service type of thing. That would be a different type of thing that we haven't really seen yet. I mean, they're out there, I guess. I mean, what's the one? What's the Disney one? The Animal Crossing Disney kind of thing. Dreamlight Valley?
Dreamlight Valley. Yes.
So, I mean, look.
You can't.
So
and
it has been done. It's being done.
These games as a service things, they're old and tired, and people they're all failing. The ones that are coming out now are failing. A lot of them are because they're just trying to recycle what's already out there with their own spin. And
yeah, well, there's one other problem too.
But let me hold on, Drew. But Mario Kart, for example, could be a fresh take because they're. I mean, It's the kart game. We already know there's another Mario Kart game coming. That's the given. There will be another one. But Nintendo could take the one everyone's expecting, another Mario Kart game, and still give that Mario Kart experience, but with the service as a thought. Instead of because Mario Kart not 8, let's not pretend, Drew, that game was a service game. I mean, think about it.
Everything.
Think about it. That it wasn't branded that way, but it lasted for 10
they
years.
Could do that again.
They had a DLC onto DLC onto DLC onto DLC after a port. That was a live service game. That really was. What they could instead of waiting months or years for a big pack of DLC, they could just spread it out over 10 years. And bada bing, bada boom, Mario Kart 10, live service. You get little drops here and there, new characters, new karts, all the same stuff they'd normally put out. But as a live service game. And that would be perfect. It would be perfect for Mario Kart.
It would.
Optional
for the game.
They could add optional microtransactions. That's possible. But you don't have.
I don't think Nintendo's going to. I don't think they're ever
they
going to go there.
could.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't think they would either. But maybe they will. Who knows?
I mean,
but they don't have to. The point is they don't have to.
There's one other thing. There's one other wrinkle in this entire thing that I want you to think about too. And you're right, but not only the fact that all these games are trying to be whatever. They're trying to be the next Fortnite. They're trying to be the next Call of Duty. All the ones we've mentioned. They're trying to be the next whatever. There's another problem with all these games as a service that are just keep popping up everywhere. And it's time. Like, how much fucking time in a day do you have to put into one of these types of games? And if you have time, to put into one of these games, do you have time to put into 2? Probably not. You definitely don't have time to put into 3, 4, 5. Like, people only have so much time to give when it comes to their games. When you are completely flooded with these games, it's like, even this, I like Fortnite. I play Fortnite. Lego Fortnite. I really wanted to get in it, but guess what? I just don't have that kind of time. I just don't.
Same thing. Excuse me. Same thing.
I don't. So it's, I worry about them jumping into the games as a service stuff for that reason. If it's a Mario Kart thing like that, I think if it's marketed the way that you are saying, instead of being like, ooh, live service, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, here's the Mario Kart game, and then here are things we add in. And like, they don't have to say it. They just do sell the game, and they just change things and add things and do events and this and that. Like, really make it a fun thing.
I have it all thought up in my head already. Like, the way that they could do it is like, again, we don't 50-50 whether microtransactions are in the game, but forget about that for a second. Another way they can make extra money off of this is if you're a member of Nintendo Switch Online, which is a subscription service. They're getting money constantly flow for the next 10 years. If you're a member for 10 years, that's how you get the drops. If you want the drops, if there's a battle pass, you get the battle pass if you're an online member. Yeah. Or if you're not not an online member, the battle pass costs this much money, and Nintendo will do that.
They're already doing that. With that's how they did it with the DLC waves for Mario Kart. I mean, I don't hate that idea. If that's the way they're going to do it, I mean, that entices people to get the online service, which is what they want anyway. And
actually, I think that would improve. Hear me out. This is actually crazy for me to say. I think Mario Kart live service game would improve Mario Kart, and here's why. The reason Mario Kart right now is fun is you play a match with your friends or with random people out on the internet. You win or lose, and you have a point system. Like when Mario Kart, you get like a certain point system, and you get ranked based off your point system. What is it like? It's like 1,600 points, or you can be as low as like 0 points or as high, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? When you win or lose a race, you gain or lose points. This is the way they could do it. You win or lose races, and you contribute to a battle pass instead of a point system. You just contribute to a battle pass.
Yeah, well, so and a lot of it is the coins and stuff you get unlock the carts and stuff as you go, but eventually they're gone. Like, you've got them all. Like, so
it's everything that already exists with Mario Kart. Nothing added, just presented to you and served to you differently. Just if you unlock your battle pass by racing other people online, it gives purpose to the online races. Because other than having fun, I don't just boot up Mario Kart for any other reason. Like, because you play the game, you have some fun, and then you're done. Maybe for me, I play about an hour and then I'm done. If that these days, if that. But for this, it would give it purpose. Like Fortnite gives playing Fortnite purpose with the battle passes. It would give Mario Kart purpose. To then it would give you an encouragement to play the game to unlock the cart you're trying to unlock. You really want to get that Donkey Kong cart, but you got to keep playing to get more points to win. I mean, it just makes too much sense in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, they could do it. They could do it and probably get away with it. I don't want to see them try to do some random ass like shooter or something dumb. Like that.
No. I mean, no, they would take their existing. Nintendo has the IPs, man. They'll just take Splatoon. They want a shooter. They'll just make Splatoon. They're going to Nintendoify the market of, live service.
I mean, I guess they kind of do it with that anyway. I don't know.
They do kind of do
it.
They do kind of do it with Splatoon.
Either way, back to kind of what we were talking about here. I just want to shout him out one more time. Endo on YouTube. That's where we kind of got the idea to talk about these next games coming up. I'm going to drop his the link to his video in the chat. So you guys need to go subscribe to him and then leave a comment on his video and tell him we sent you over.
For sure. And guys, with that, we're going to end the episode here. We're going to hang out for the app show for a few minutes. For those of you in the stream, those of you on the listening side of things or watching the YouTube video, we're going to see you guys. Well, thanks for listening, first and foremost. Thanks for putting up with Drip and I arguing at the end there. It's all good. And we'll see you guys in the after show. Or we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Did you Mrs. Jeeb and I, or Abby and I, have a new redeem on my Twitch channel? It's Mom and Dad are fighting. If we're arguing, Mom and Dad are fighting.
I like that.
We need a.
I saw. I came in like halfway through talking about it, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" So that makes sense.
You didn't check Megaboy back.
Listen, I know. I'm sorry. I saw it. Dude, I was doing 100 things. I had 95 kids, not 95, but 3.
Excuse me.
Moving back and forth, dropping people off, doing this, picking up from school. I will text you back though.
Yeah, dude, we should do our next podcast. If there's no real news, we should Nintendo get into live service stuff? I think that conversation could be expanded upon, and we can have a whole podcast about that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to hear what they had to say about it too. But I mean, I don't know. I think Nintendo's doing fine with it. I don't think they need a service thing. And
I don't think it's that Nintendo is doing poorly, especially. And I'm not sure. I'm not going to put words in their mouth with the communication error guys, what they were thinking. But I kind of got the same tone as it's not like Nintendo needs to do this. They wouldn't do this for money. What they would do this to benefit them, obviously. And the way that it could benefit them is if they want to get their. My camera move? I don't think so. If they want to get their numbers up for their online subscription service that people think there's no value to, there's a great way to add value to it. Make Mario Kart, for example, because we keep using it because it's a good one. Make Mario Kart a live service game by unlocking your carts and characters via battle passes that it's not money getting put into it. It's just time played.
Yeah.
Points, time played. A virtual currency. You earn virtual currency.
And that's the thing too.
By
we didn't get to his Mario Kart version.
Oh, sorry, Megboy. You're right.
We didn't get to his version of Mario Kart in the episode, but I want to touch on it for a second. He said that there should be different modes, like challenges and stuff like that, which would be like quests to get points to do the thing to unlock the stuff. And there could be a little shop where you go and they're like, oh look, there's like a Donkey Kong, license plate.
Yeah. I think Nintendo...
Or underbody glow or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Nintendo is smarter than the companies out there who are trying to recreate the next Fortnite. They're not going to do that. They're not going to create a shooter to fight with Fortnite. What they're going to do is they're going to take the stuff they already got, the stuff they've already built, the stuff people are already addicted to, and they're going to make those into their own live service ways, and they're going to do it to benefit them. Not to benefit their wallet necessarily, but it's gonna because they're gonna get people to get their online service. They're gonna add a currency. I think it's a given. So if you want to speed up the process and get your cart faster, you can throw Nintendo an extra $5 or whatever for a currency. But it's an optional. That's why I like Fortnite. You don't have to pay to win. It's all optional. You're having fun either way.
Purely cosmetic. Yeah.
For you. I watch you get your skins every week, and you're having fun with that, and I'm having fun just playing with you. And on occasion, I'll buy a Star Wars skin.
Yeah.
And I spend maybe $5 a
Oh,
month
man,
on average, and you spend like $1,000 per month
Yeah,
on
I cashed
average.
in, man. I got Hero. I finally got Hero his Boba Fett skin. Sent it to him yesterday.
Nice.
I did. I got it for him. Told him I would.
But that's I don't think that you kept saying you were afraid or you thought they would never do it is what you first said, and then you said you were afraid that if they do it, it's going to be Fortnite. Get those fears out of your mind. Like that's not going to happen.
No, I mean I don't think that's what they'll do. I'm just saying I just would hate to see them go down that road if they did do it. I don't think they will. No, I don't think they will. But I mean, either way, there was a few other. I do want to touch on some of the other stuff in his video real quick because man, it was good. I was really into this video last night. I was like, man, this is like these are really good ideas. His idea for the next Mario, 2D Mario, was pretty good. It's basically like every level, instead of having a Wonder Star or a Wonder Flower in it, it's got secrets. Like every level has a secret that will take you to another, like a place where it might be a portal to another level, or like somewhere like if you can find the secret to get in there. But every level has them. That's a fun.
That's
idea.
a great idea.
And what else did he have? Oh, I told you about this one. This is the one where I was like, yeah, this would be sick. Instead of... Oh, no. Okay, hold on. These two are good. So the Bowser game, like every other Mario character has a game. Like Peach has a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luigi's got a game.
Yeah.
Mario's got... Bowser needs his own game.
He does.
He needs his own game.
It's called Bowser's Fury 2.
I mean, that's gonna be Mario. That's gonna be the next Mario game. I'm telling you. That one, and then Nintendo All Stars is what he called this, and I think it's a good idea. Basically, like longer levels. Think about like WarioWare, like mini games, sort of, but not mini games, just actual levels of games, of styles of Nintendo franchises. Like you could go from like a level of a 2D Mario straight into like some challenge in a Breath of the Wild type area, kind of like the Master Sword challenges. What's that called? Trial of the Sword?
Trial of the Sword.
Imagine something like that. And then you go from that into a Star Fox level, and then you're racing and F-Zero, and then you're doing this and you're doing that. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
Helldivers is technically a live service. Just saying.
And that, Fappy, is what I'm talking about. Like I didn't get to it, but I was gonna get to it if we had more time. That's a good example, Fappy, is Helldivers. That there is no money transactions in that game. I mean, there is.
There can be.
But there can be, but like who's doing it? I mean, like just the real pathetic.
I almost did.
I was gonna say, Drip, the real pathetic people, and like you categorize.
Fappy had to be like, hey, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
One of you two was yelling at me like, don't. I'm like, I might. It's like $5. Come on, it's $5. I get that cool helmet. I want that helmet.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's a good example. There's pay to win or not pay to win. There's options for you can give them extra money to get a skin or whatever. But that's not the focus. It's buried way in a menu. You had to really find it. You know, I've decided that whenever we get like a super chat, or in this case because we don't have any, just like a cool YouTube comment in the chat, like for this example from Zach.
That we're gonna save that money.
No.
And use it for Fortnite skins.
No, I'm gonna sing it in the microphone. Like Zach just had a comment. I'm gonna repeat what Zach said. So yeah, if you want to send a super chat, even during the show, I will get this microphone out and I will
read it to you like I am Elvis Presley in this little microphone.
You disappoint me. Whatever, man.
You disappoint me.
Bring on the fucking microtransactions. I don't give a fuck. I'm about it. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Says the
Speaking
man
of microtransactions, X-Men are in the Fortnite item shop right now.
Oh, nice. I just turned my microphone off. I'll do it for super chat. Joe, what's up, Joe? Good to see you. I would be happy if you used my YouTube member money for a Helldivers helmet. I mean, that's what Joe says. Joe's giving you permission to use the YouTube. Yeah, I mean, do what you want, Drip.
There you go.
Do what you want. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Excuse me. Do kids say that anymore, or that's
been a minute?
Yeah.
I think that's
like a my era thing. I think.
Yeah.
That's not like a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm almost 30. That is what we used to say, I think.
Oh man, I need to I need two things for my soundboard. I figured out this episode, by the way.
Okay.
I need something. I need somebody that yells "nerd" really loud.
Okay.
I don't know what you said, but I just wanted to hit a button and say "nerd." I don't remember what it was, but I was like, God, I wish I had that button.
That'd be good. And I was actually, during the episode, I was thinking about something to add soundboard. It's something I already told you I wanted to add. Is the Stephen A. clip when he?
Oh yeah.
What
my God,
even was that? What even was?
He was flipping out about the Knicks
Well,
losing.
yeah. It was about the Knicks losing, but like, what even did he say? I can't remember. It was like 4 seconds.
I have no idea.
It was
I only
4
watched it the
seconds
one
of
time.
glory.
It was really funny.
It was like
he was losing. Yeah. Dude, it was like you couldn't even understand.
It was not
what he
legible. It was all like you could understand it all. It was all like you could hear it, but it was just like the garbleless. It was so funny.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Jeeb is unbased. Yeah, that's not my era thing. That's what the kids say now.
They actually don't say that anymore.
Dude, we've been doing this podcast for so long, from the beginning of this podcast to now. Kids have come up with the phrases and then no longer say them.
Yeah, that happens a lot, actually.
Yikes. That's like every day, Stephen. I gotta find it now. I gotta find it.
Hey, he does really lose his mind.
He lost his goddamn mind, and it made me laugh so hard. Stephen A. I'm gonna find it. It's on his channel. Let's see if I can even find it. It's when the Knicks were losing. That was quite a while ago. Talk to the people while I find this. It's worth it.
Base is so parked. It is parked. It's parked.
I may not be able to find this. Also, my Chrome is acting up, so that's not going to be helpful.
Yeah. That's it. Somebody just clipped me when I just yelled "nerd." We'll just use that. It's perfect.
Let me give us 5 more seconds and then I'm going to give up.
Okay, you're good. Find it. But yeah, guys, I did put that link to that other YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you go over there. Tell him hello. Tell him the Drip and G podcast sent you. Well, maybe we'll get him on as a guest.
Maybe. Any creators you guys want us to collaborate with, feel free to tweet at them and tweet at us. It's worked one time. Maybe it'll work again. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Okay. Well, I do feel like this podcast has run its course. I'm gonna hold this podcast hostage until we get to our 20th like. Right now we're at 19 likes.
Oh.
Here I go. Turn off the music, Drip. It's gotta be silent.
Am I not saying anything? Come on. You guys got this. 1 like.
There we go. We got the like. It always works. Works every time. Works every time, Drip. You just gotta tease the people as if we're not gonna say anything, and then it works every time.
Probably somebody out there just has like crippling anxiety and can't handle the silence. They're like, no, God, make them talk.
Okay, but that's gonna wrap this up for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Episode was fun as it always is.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, Drip and I almost fought at the end. We did kind of fight at the end. That was great. Makes for good content.
I mean, it's fine. We're supposed to. This happens.
If I was in person with you, I think I would have wrung your throat. Come here, Drip. I'll strangle your skinny ass. Yeah, you slick bugger. Guys, I'm gonna get this thing uploaded to the podcast platforms. Drip is gonna probably go to bed now because
I'm
been working hard this week.
I'm going to sleep.
Did y'all talk about Metroid Prime 4 not happening? No, because it's gonna happen next month. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen this time next month. We're talking about Metroid Prime 4. But this podcast is over. Well, it's been over. The live stream is over now. We're going to see you guys next Wednesday. Don't forget, though, I stream on Twitch at least every Monday and Saturday. That's what I've been doing it. Trying to sneak one in on Thursdays as well. So stay tuned for that. Go to the links are down below for my Twitch drip. One day we'll stream back on Twitch.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah.
Dude, we're finishing the Twilight Princess playthrough. We are finishing it. I'm dead set on that.
Yeah. And Mario, if you like this, you're gonna like our Twitch content and our YouTube content too. So make sure you're following. I'm sure you are, but just anybody else out there as well who's not. Make sure to hang out in our Twitch live streams, hang out in and everything like that. We do other content. So hang out over there. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the internet very soon.
Goodbye.